Yo, what is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantom. It's Friday. I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're having a really good week, a really fun weekend ahead, maybe some nice Labor Day plans. I've got an interesting video, a different video. I don't do a whole lot of grading when it comes to Pokemon cards, but let me know in the comment section down below if you like to grade Pokemon cards. I do like to grade ones that tell a story, but I've kind of thought maybe I should start dabbling a little bit more into carrying graded Pokemon cards on the website. I know there's a lot of people who have interest. I think things have like tailed back a little bit, which is nice, but I bought a collection recently that already had a lot of graded Pokemon cards in it, but they were all through HGA. I don't know a whole lot about HGA. I don't know a whole lot about grading really to begin with, but I thought, okay, well, maybe it'll make an interesting video if I crack all of these open up all of these HGA slabs, and then resubmit them with PSA, just to kind of see what the crossover grades look like, how comparisons look, what covers over from, you know, an HGA 9, 9.5 if it hits a PSA 10. I just thought it would be interesting to look at. So I've got a little baggie right here. Who puts stuff in a bag? I've got a little baggie here of a bunch of these HGA slabs. So this is, well, not the slabs, but the little cardboard sheet that tells you what the grade is. And then I've got my first PSA submission in a very, very long time right here. So I haven't opened it up. I haven't looked at the grades yet. I have no idea what these are going to cross over as, but I thought maybe we'd look at it, do some comparisons, and get a good understanding what it looks like if you cross over HGA products. I did have a few other cards that I wanted to submit anyway, so I was like, well, let's just go for it. It'll make for a fun video. Little did I know that I was terrible at cracking slabs. I ended up cutting my fingers. So if you watched the channel a couple months ago, you were probably like, hey Fanny, why do you have cuts all over your hand? It's because I cracked a bunch of slabs and I had no idea what I was doing, and I'm just bad at it. But I mean, same story, different day, right? So I'm gonna flip you guys around so we can take a look at this. So this right here is the box. We're gonna slice this thing open right here and hopefully not cut my fingers even more. And then we're just going to kind of glance inside. There should be a lot of alternate arts in here, some from the Sun and Moon era, and then a couple, like I said, of other cards that I just wanted to submit anyway. So here is the grades right here. So I'm gonna, how does this come out where I don't reveal everything? Is it this? Okay, so it's this side right here that comes out. We put this down here. And then we can kind of look at what things look like from a grading standpoint. This is going to be funny. All right, and then I'm just going to kind of dump out all of these. These are all of them right here. This is it. This is all of the what was HGA slabs. I don't know a whole lot about HGA. Maybe they're really good. Maybe, I mean, you can let me know in the comment section down below. We have 10s in here, a lot of 9.5s and things like that. I don't know what order this is in. So we're just going to kind of go for it, and we're just going to see what things look like. So we've got an Arceus and Dialga and Palkia right here from 2019. This is from Cosmic Eclipse. This is a really cool card. Alternate art right here. I gotta find what it looks like. Find the old label in here. So it's got to be one of these. Here it is right here. So this originally got a 9.5 with HGA, which is technically gem mint. You can see it's 9.5 pretty much across the board for corners, surface, centering, and edges. If we look on the back of the card, it does look really clean. I don't know if that's a little nick up there or not. It could just be part of the glare, but we're just gonna look. Oh, all right, we got a gem mint 10. Okay, nice. So it did cross over fairly well, which is nice. So a 9.5 over to a 10. So that's a good start right there. And then we will look at what the next one is here. We've got a Gardevoir and Sylveon. Okay, so this one is from Unbroken Bonds. Another alternate art there, so we've got to find where the Gardevoir and Sylveon is. This would probably be a better video if I already had this in some sort of order. So this actually got a 10. So 10 on surface, 10 on centering, 9.5 on edges, and 9.5 on corners. I do like this. So this is a pristine 10. I do like the fact that they do subgrades. Obviously, PSA does not do subgrades. So let's take a look. The back of the card. I mean, it does look clean, and it did convert over to a gem mint 10. So 2 for 2 on this. I do want to say, I mean, all of the grades that we cracked open, I believe, are all 9.5s, 9.5s or 10s. So we theoretically should get a lot of 10s. Or maybe some 9s. So we've got a Lily right here. So this one was just one that I graded. I thought, okay, well, I've got this Lily. It's really nice. Let's see how it grades with PSA. I couldn't find really anything wrong with it when I was looking at it, but I'm not Like I said, I'm not an expert when it comes to grading. I thought maybe it was perfect. I don't know. Maybe, obviously the camera's not ideal here, but maybe you can see something. I don't know. We'll see what we got. We got so we got a 9 on this one. So I don't know why it got a 9. I'm assuming, you know, maybe there's a scratching on the foiling or something like that. But as I look on the back, it looks clean. I don't know. But it got a 9, which is still really good. We'll take a 9. We'll take a 9 for a Lily any day. Next up is the full art, or alternate art, Gengar and Mimikyu. So this is a really cool card right here. So this is one that we crossed over. So I just have to find where that HGA one is. So we've got Blaziken VMAX over there. There's a Leafeon VMAX, Umbreon. Here we go. So this is a Gengar Mimikyu. This is a 9.5 right here. So everything got 9.5 grades on that one. If we look at the back, maybe the centering is off just a little bit bottom heavy on this one. And it looks like it did get a 9 on this one. So this one did not get a 10. So this one did not convert over, did not cross over as well as some of the other ones. A 9 is still good. Like, I'm happy with a 9. Like, I'm happy with a 9. I'm happy with a 10. I don't really know what the difference in value is. I'm sure that there is a decent difference. The next one we're going to look at is the Blaziken VMAX from Chilling Reign. So this is one of my favorite alternate arts. This one does look like it has a huge problem with centering. So we're going to look at that before we look at the actual grade. This one got a 9.5 Gem Mint from HGA. But you can see the corners and surface got 10s and the edges got a 9.5. But the centering is what hit it at an 8.5. So the centering, I guess a little top heavy, maybe. It looks a little bit better than the last one, to be honest with you. I don't know if that would still fall within the parameters of PSA. I thought it was like 60-40 or something like that. But let's take a look at what we got. We got a 9. So I'm assuming that's because of the centering. It might be on the front side as well. But maybe a little bit top heavy compared to the other one. So a 9 is still very good on that one as well. So then we'll see what we got next. Next up is the Mew VMAX from Fusion Strike. So an alternate art Mew VMAX. This one over here also got a 9.5. So centering is what brought this one down as well. Looks like it got a 9 for centering. And that's what's kind of cool is the subgrades. I don't know. This one definitely does not look badly centered. But again, it could be the front. And it is a little bit more difficult to tell on the front because of the borders. This one got a Gem Mint 10. So this one did cross over extremely well. Surface had a 10, centering had a 9, so we'll take a 10 for the Mew VMAX. That's pretty cool. Very exciting on that one. Next one we're going to look at is the Glaceon VMAX. This one got a 9.5 as well, and for the same exact reason. So this one also, centering was a 9, edges were a 9.5, and the corners and surface were a 10. So this one actually did really, really well. Again, centering is what brought it down a little bit. Centering doesn't look too bad, so maybe this will be a Gem Mint 10 as well, and it will be nice. All right, so we got a Gem Mint 10 Glaceon VMAX. So we're doing pretty well. So it looks like for the most part, a lot of these are crossing over 210s with the exception of one. Next one is the Leafeon VMAX. There might have been 2 of these. There are 2. And both of them were 10s, so it doesn't really make a difference. The centering is a 10 on one of them and a 9.5 on the other. So we're just going to put one down, and we're just going to assume this one. This one, hopefully we don't have to look too closely at here because it already had a 10 from HGA, and it looks like it's going to cross over to a 10 with PSA as well for that one. And then we'll see. Maybe this will be the other. Nope, this is the Sylveon VMAX. So we've got to find the Sylveon VMAX instead of the Leafeon VMAX. So this one got a 9.5, but the centering on this one was good. Looks like the corners are what brought it down. So we'll see if we can find anything in the corners up there. Those ones look pretty good. Maybe, I don't know. I don't see anything. I actually don't see anything on this one. So maybe I'm missing something, or maybe it's on the front side. But it's a lot harder to see on the front side. Obviously, the lighting's not perfect. Let's see what we got. So another Gem Mint 10. So this one crossed over very well also. So an HGA 9.5 over to a PSA 10. So that's very exciting. Next up, here's the other Leafeon VMAX. I may have just ruined it. This one should get a 10 as well. And it does. But both of those were already 10s from HGA. So those crossed over really well. I don't think there's any other HGA 10s that we had that we're attempting to cross over. So the next one we're going to look at is the Espeon V from Evolving Skies. So a lot of alternate arts that we had sent off to be graded. So 9.5s on the edges and the corners, a 9 on the centering, and a 10 on the surface. So the centering is what brought this down a little bit. Again, maybe a little bit top heavy. It doesn't look too bad. And this one's also going to get a 10, so a 9.5 through HGA. I don't know if HGA is just a tougher grade, but you can, again, let me know in the comment section. I'm not super familiar with HGA and how they grade, but we'll take a 10 any day of the week. So a 9.5 is still great. Like a 9.5 is still a really good grade, don't get me wrong. And if these all came back 9.5s, like that would be fine. So this is a Charizard staff from Team Up. So this is a pre-release. I think that this one does have some issues with it. I just wanted to, it's got a good story with it, so I just wanted to submit it. It doesn't look too bad on the back. Maybe a little bit of whitening up in the corner here. So I'm gonna guess like a 9. But it looks like a 9. Okay, so this one, not too bad. I did not cross this one over. This is one that I just had, and I wanted to submit it with PSA just to see what it gets. So we'll take a 9 on that one. That one's not bad at all. Then we've got the Evolutions pre-release holo. This is not a staff variant. I think this one might have been a little bit worse. So definitely a little bit of edge wear up there. The centering looks good on this one, but maybe a little bit up in that corner as well. So the corners aren't ideal. The centering actually is off a little bit, so it wouldn't surprise me if this got an 8, I guess. So this is heavier on the right-hand side than the left-hand side for sure, and then the corners have a little bit of damage to it. So this is an 8 right here, so still near mint, but this one also kind of a cool card from the Evolutions pre-release, so I wanted to grade that one as well. That was not one that we necessarily crossed over. The Rayquaza VMAX was, though, so this one was a 9.5 as well. So the edges and the corners were a 10, the surface a 9.5, and the centering a 9. So it seems like the centering on a lot of these Evolving Skies cards are what brought it down for HGA to a 9.5. This one looks pretty good, so it wouldn't surprise me if this got a Gem Mint 10 as well, and it did. So very, very clean crossover. This one also had a really fun story to it. This is a greenback Charizard from Top Sun right here. So this one, just a really cool card. It looked really clean on the back when I submitted it, but I thought there was maybe a little bit down here, but it's a little tougher to see because of all the green there. And I was like, Fanny looking with my magnifying glass, I was like, is this going to be good? Let's just try it out. So this one got a 9, which is still a very strong grade. We'll take a 9 any day of the week. So definitely a very cool card. Like I said, it's got a cool story with it, so that's why I wanted to submit that. Here's a Charizard V. So this one's from Shiny Star. Is this from Shiny Star V? I can't remember what this is from. Shiny Star V. Yeah, right here. So this one got a 9.5. Not because, well, it looks like because of the surface. So the surface was a little bit worse than everything else. Everything else had a 9.5 on it. So the Japanese quality is always a lot better. So I feel more confident with this getting a 10. And then it did get a 10. So that's really exciting as well. So we've got a Shiny Star V Charizard, which got a 10. We've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 left here. I think there was a couple that I didn't end up submitting. So this is the one, this one's so cool. This is the Charizard GX from Hidden Fates. We actually ended up pulling this on Wednesday in our live stream. It was super exciting. This one's got a 10 on corners and edges. Centering is what brought this one down to a 9 or a 9.5 with HGA. So let's take a look at the centering, and you can tell it's definitely off a little bit for sure. And that might be big enough that it brings it down. So it's close. It wouldn't surprise me if it got a 9, but I would love a 10. And it did end up getting a 9. So this one did not cross over as well. So that's our second one that we had a 9.5 on that went down to a 9. Granted, PSA doesn't do those halves as of right now. So that one went down to a 9.5. We got 3, or a 9. We've got 3 left. So here's the Charizard V from Champion's Path. So we can pull that one out right here. This one also got a 9.5, so hopefully this one will come back as a 10. Its surface, again, a 10. It's the centering that brought this one down a little bit. Pretty similar to the Charizard GX that we just looked at. We'll see. This one got a 10. All right, so this was a Gem Mint 10 right here. So that's exciting. We've got 2 left right here. So this is a Moonbreon right here, Umbreon VMAX. So I must not have submitted the Sylveon V. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what the last one is. I think that I submitted the Latios and Latios, though, so I think these two can go out of the way. So this is the Umbreon VMAX. This one did get a 10 on centering, which is really nice. I don't know what the difference is as far as the color scheme, if that's just what HGA does. But 9.5 across the board, except for the centering, which got a 10. So everything should be clean. This should cross over to a 10 if it's consistent like what we've seen with everything else. So it did get a 10. So an Umbreon VMAX PSA 10, very exciting for that one. Very nice. And then the last one, this must be the yep, this is it. Okay, the Latias and Latios right here. So this is the last one that we did submit. This one also had a 9.5, but it was the corners that had the 10 and everything else a 9.5. So we'll see how this ended up finishing up here. But you can see very, very clean on the back. The centering looks pretty good. So it looks like, let's take a look. Oh, snap. Okay, we did get a PSA 10 for this one as well. So the biggest one was probably the Greenback Charizard. That was probably the biggest card in the submission. Other than that, it was probably this one, the Latias and Latios and the Moonbreon, and both of those came back 10s, whereas the Greenback Charizard came back at a 9, which is fine. Like, this is really cool. This was my first time cracking slabs and resubmitting them, but like I said, I don't know a whole lot about HGA, and I figured they were already encased in the collection that I bought, so maybe it would be good to kind of resubmit. I did submit some other cards. I have another submission that's currently out there right now, a bulk submission going over a bunch of promo cards and stuff like that, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see how that goes. But if you enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button down below. Let me know how what you think about grading, if you like to buy graded cards. I'm still kind of on the fence. Right now on the website, we list a lot of sealed items and we list a lot of raw, near mint cards, things like that, so people can play or put them in binders and things like that. But in the past, I have put up graded cards, and I'm tinkering with the idea of doing it again. We do have some just that we brought to shows and things like that. So the thought has crossed my mind. If you're somebody who does like to grade or collect graded cards, let me know in the comment section down below what you think. But again, if you enjoyed the content, please hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, leave a comment. It goes a super long way for the algorithm, but ultimately, thank you so much for just taking the time. I love you guys. You're absolutely amazing. We'll be back on Sunday, hopefully with a live stream. I will keep you all posted on that. Until next time, peace.